Bitcoin is right now at major resistance, and we are seeing the first signs of a corrective move here. Even though we will go in the near term to $80,000, we need to talk about the potential move that we are seeing unfolding right now here in the imminent short term. Let's go. Thank you guys for tuning in here once again. I start directly off with the DXY chart, because the DXY chart broke here to the downside and is targeting now the lower area of 103.3 points. If we are reaching this area, that will lead in Bitcoin to more upside, but this is not what we're going to talk about today here. But still, on the DXY, if you see a move to 103.4, 102.9 points, again, that will lead to most likely Bitcoin rally above $68,000. And if we are breaking these support zones and go lower, that will open the doors to go to $70,000 and even higher than that. We also reached here the technical target of this rising wedge pattern, which was the 103.9 level. And if you would have taken that short here on whatever platform you like to take trades like that, congratulations to that. But if you want to take the next short, guys, I just want to remind you really quickly, on Prime XBT, actually, you are able to take positions on traditional markets, also gold, not only crypto. And don't forget, there is a giveaway of $500 twice a week. We do this twice a week, giving away $500 to one lucky winner, guys. You only need to deposit $100, be subscribed to the channel, and also have the notifications on. That's all what you need to stand a chance to win $500 here twice a week, guys. So make use of the link in the description below. So now when we jump into Bitcoin, here on the line chart, we can clearly see how Bitcoin tried to get close to the biggest resistance area up here and failed to get above that or even touch it. We got close to it and got now already rejected from here. Now, the interesting part about this line chart is when I go here to the next one, that when I look here at the historical, the relative volatility index. And what I want to show you here on the volatility index is that every single time when we went above 80% or got close to 80%, Bitcoin saw a correction. So, and you can see this here. Here we went over 80%. Bitcoin saw here a small move to the downside. Then here again, small move to the downside where we got close to it. And now with Bitcoin turning around, we see already that we are not even getting close to 80% and moved down beforehand here slightly already. And this downwards move, in my opinion, will lead to a move into the $62,000, $63,000 area. And from there, potentially, we are getting our first bounce back to the upside. Because of that, I have opened a short on ZOOMEX. Again, guys, if you want free money, it's amazing. Just go to ZOOMEX. You get $10 just for signing up there and up to $45,000 worth of deposit bonuses. That's why I'm also trading there. And you see my short that I took from $65,200 is right now $1,600 in a profit. And just in the last 3 days, I made here over over a $50,000 profit on my closed positions, as you can see here. Now, if you want that the $10, go also in the description below to click on the link. There you can grab that. So now when we're going here into the daily chart, you see here this big resistance area that we got nicely rejected from. We are forming potentially here an evening star pattern. We would confirm that by closing today's candle more or less as it is, and then tomorrow getting a big candle to the downside. Here on the daily chart, the first target would be actually this fair value gap. that is sitting at $62,500 to $61,500 approximately. But I believe we're not stopping there just because, remember guys, we have a CME gap. We have a CME gap all the way down to like $58,000. So more or less likely it is that we are going at least at some point this week to the 0.5 level to close the CME gap. And the worst case would be that we are not only keeping the current CME gap, but also getting a new one next week, potentially higher than the current one, and then get a cascade move closing both gaps at once before we get then our move here into higher prices and move in direction of $80,000. Also here on the MDX Algo Suite, you see on the higher time frames, the biggest supply zone is here around the $70,000 area. And that's why I believe that most likely when we're touching this also here, we're going to see a big rejection, the same what we're experiencing right now, where we will come down a little bit, gain momentum, and then get the next leg to the upside here. Also on the 4-hourly chart, again with the MDX Algo Suite, if I go now here into the gradient, you see we are super overheated, ran into a supply zone here from where we get rejected right now. Again, that is absolutely normal. I was expecting that. I have not expected anything less, that when price action is heating up, that we are getting a rejection from the $65,000 area, which we are experiencing right now. So here, based on the gradient, the price needs to come down a little bit, cool down, gain momentum, and then we get the next leg to the upside. Again, if you want the Algo Suite, guys, you get 10% discount with the link in the description. I use it on a daily basis, and as you can see with my trades that I made so far, only in the last week I made insane gains with that. Then when we're going here to this 4-hourly chart, also here I want to show you that we actually have a bearish divergence, and the bearish divergence is potentially playing out right now as we speak. You see that here with that upward sloping trend line connecting all the higher highs, and here lower highs on the RSI, so the bearish divergence. Now with this new 4-hourly candle, we just printed also here a sell signal on the MACD. The stochastic RSI is pointing to the downside. So here the next logical target is the EMA ribbon at $63,400, and I don't believe that we're going to stop there and go at least into the middle of the EMA ribbon, which is usually the big bounce zone for price, around $62,000. If we would break below that, again, I would not be scared about this. If we see here a quick move to the downside, something like this, a flash crash, and then continue to go to the upside, but this will be most likely coming from a geopolitical issue, and the dollar just shoots up like crazy to the upside. So only in that scenario, but otherwise $62,500 will be the area that I'm interested in. You also see that on weeks, I have moved up my limit order that was under $60,000 to 62,000. What is it now? 438, because we have here multiple areas that show that here is strong support also from the past. And that is a support resistance flip zone. So here I think when we come down here, it will hold again as support. We can get a wick all the way down to like $60,600, $500, something like this. So in that case, both positions will get filled, and then we bounce back to the upside. If we go for some reason lower, I still have $120,000 left to deploy for buying at lower levels if I really have to. So, but I'm ready to do that. Again, if you're trading on weeks, you're farming an airdrop at the same time, which is amazing, up to $20,000. Also here, use the link in the description, guys, if you want not only to make profit here by following the signals, but also at the same time get some extra money by farming an airdrop. Now, when we're looking at the liquidation levels, here we see that the EMAs are coming up now to give us soon a golden cross here, potentially by tomorrow evening. That's when we are most likely going to see that. With that golden cross, what happens when price is far away from the golden cross is that we're usually coming with the price back into the golden cross, and from there get then a move back to the upside, confirming the golden cross, and not potentially getting a fake out here. The angle that we are lining up here on the 50 moving average is telling me that this will be not a fake out, because it's quite steep here to the upside, which is nice. So, and therefore I expect that this will be a solid golden cross, but price will most likely come down a little bit. The other reason for that is that here around $63,500, $63,000 are some over leveraged long positions. Above us are only low leverage short positions, so not that interesting. We also failed to break into that area here just above us because of current resistance levels sitting there. So it is more likely that we come down, clean house a little bit with the longs that came too late into the market, and then reverse back to the upside. The same we basically also see here on the liquidation heat map. The area of highest interest is still here above us at $72,500. But if I go here into the lower time frames, what we built up over the last 24 hours, then you will see that above us is mostly nothing anymore. So here's one big area, $66,500, but that's it. But look how much liquidity is sitting below us. So it makes sense to take this all out and then get a move back to the upside. Also, when we go into the weekly chart, they get us a little bit clearer. Let that load here a second. So here you see here the biggest area of interest is around the $62,000 level, and we could go all the way down to like $60,200, $60,400, something like that here on the way down, grabbing all this liquidity before we get the next leg to the upside. Now, when we're looking at the long to short ratio, also here you can clearly see that the majority is leaning bearish because we are at massive resistance, as I just said. And the bullish side is only representing 27%, and we have around 19% sidelined that are neutral, not taking any position right now. So, and that shows you again, the majority is right now right here, and that was also the reason why I took this short. Right now, $1,600 in a profit, and I will only close it when we get here to $63,000. So, but maybe I change my mind and keep it open if we get like a really crazy move. So it will depend on that, how price is reacting around these kind of levels. Now, when we're going into the Bitcoin dominance, here we see exactly playing out what I was mentioning the other day when I said yesterday that while Bitcoin will go up, the dominance will come down, and also when Bitcoin starts to go down, the dominance will come down with Bitcoin. So this is what we are experiencing right now. I'm not expecting that we are going here down in a straight line and break above below 54%. It will be some sideways gradual chop to the downside over the next coming days, in my opinion. At least that would be healthy. If we get really quick moves here, like in the past, playing out something like this, it's not the healthiest way to go down, but still, we are going down. Once we are under 54%, be ready that major altcoins will start popping to the upside. So one of them, of course, because of the Ethereum ETF, will be Ethereum itself. Here also Ethereum hit the resistance of $3,227 from where we got rejected. Again, we were talking about this yesterday and expecting this. If you're in this Ethereum trade that I had given here a couple of days ago, and look at the sniper entry here, how we sniped this, and then it went to the upside. So set your stop loss to like $3,365. That's where I would set my stop loss. If the trade goes against you, you still have 10% then banked, and then you can reopen this from like $3,200 because you see, if I hold here the dashed line, you see there is the next bigger support level below us. Because I highly doubt that we would go here close to $3,000 again on the way to the downside with the Ethereum ETF and everything else coming up here. So it would make a lot of more sense that the $3,200, $3,250 area is the area of biggest interest for a bounce back to the upside in direction of $4,000. Again, guys, if you want to trade somewhere with me together, do it on BYBIT. There, take all my altcoin trades. So you see I have also here a new Coty trade right now open, a little bit underwater. But if Bitcoin is not immediately going down, I should be fine. But I'm also ready to add more to this position if we would lose here the what is that on Coty? It's a different level, of course. So that was Phantom. So let's see here on Coty. Yeah, I think I should be fine here. I think we are fine on Coty. So because here this upward sloping trend line, and then at the same time we are right now running here into resistance. So once we are above that level, I think Coty will run. So hence why I opened a position here slightly underwater. Like I said, I'm ready to deploy more capital and to add to this position if we go lower, as long as we are holding this upward sloping trend line. Then again, for BYBIT, you still can claim a $500 trade position absolutely for free. Right now, there is a campaign going on that I negotiated for you guys. You only need to deposit $200 to claim a $500 position. Withdraw the $200 afterwards immediately if you want. Just claim the position. It's free money, guys. You know, I just want to show you really quick here what you can do with free money. Here, $400. I'm up over $3,000 on that near trade that I had also given on that channel. So even with small money, you can make big money and turn this into millions if you know what you are doing, or just simply following what I'm showing you guys. So take advantage of that and just use the BYBIT link that's in the description for that, guys. So then Lido is here nicely moving to the upside. I might be inclined to open a new position here because we are holding above this 0.382 level, which is technically always a bounce level. I'm kind of surprised by that, because look also how the price moved up here. If we can really hold this level and are not coming back down, because I had here new levels for potential entries already lined out here, $1.76, $1.77 more or less, and then here the old entry of $1.74. If we're not coming back down here, I might over the next 12 hours look for longing $1.84 into the $2 level. Here again on the MDX algo, the supply zone is marked out here at $2 to $2.10, and in that area I also want to take profit. I like to take profit on the bottom of a supply zone, because that is the highest probability to actually being hit. You never know if you go all the way up here to the top of the supply zone, so I rather take it on the bottom, my profit. I don't care if I lose like 1 or 2%. It doesn't matter, guys. It really doesn't matter. I rather be safe here to take my profits. If you're currently still in the Lido trade when I called it all the way down here, then just raise your stop loss here to the 0.382 level to protect your profits here at $1.82. Just if we go lower with Bitcoin, that you are protected and get stopped out, and not that you're round tripping your profits here back into the entry and then you have to wait until we come back up. So you don't want to do that. Then a new trade setup is Link. Link is a little bit further ahead of the curve than Bitcoin, because here we are ready to get already a golden cross really soon. I think potentially even today. Let me check this out here. Yeah, like it will be like at my 3 a.m. So it is technically tonight. So here I also will set a limit order to long this into $17.16. So why do I not target one of these supply zones from the MDX algo and target $17.16? Really easy, guys, because here that candle is a fair value gap, and that is the most likely target that we are going to see where price is moving to when we're getting the golden cross. Because also here we have a pennant coming up just under the supply zone, and I expect that this pennant will play out and we get a break to the upside. So either I enter at the break of the pennant at $14.53, or when we come a little bit lower because Bitcoin goes down to $14.11, these are my two entry levels to trade here all the way up into $17.60. And you see here that is almost a 22% move to the upside against a 6.63% stop loss, just in case that price turns against us. But I'm not really counting on that here in that sense. So the indicators are telling us we are ready to push here to the upside. Stochastic about to get a buy signal, RSI slowly going up. only MACD is bearish, but we have a bullish pennant, so I kind of ignore this because we are here in a sideways reaccumulation move before we continue to go higher. So that is the next big trade here that I'm taking. Also here, ENS coming slowly back down to my entry level at the 0.5 on the Fibonacci retracements. I'm also relonging this because the 50 moving average is kind of lining up with this. The indicators are still bullish overall here on the daily chart. The MACD will most likely give us today a buy signal. Let me actually see here. Yeah, most likely today. And the RSI also slowly pointing here to the upside, even though still sideways a little bit. So here ENS is quite volatile, but heavily attached and correlated to Ethereum. So once Ethereum gets a big push, also ENS get a big push. And I'm looking to relong this here. So if you're still in an ENS trade, you can stay in it. It doesn't make sense to get out with the little bit of profit that you made, because like 1% or something. You can just hold on to that trade and potentially just add to the position if we go back to like $25.81. Then, like I said, Coty is one of my new trades. Also, you can take the trade even though we are overheated here on the MDX gradients. The indicators, the stochastic, the RSI and the MACD are telling me that we are ready for the next leg to the upside. And also the higher time frames, there's still a lot of momentum left to go higher. You see here we are just warming up in terms of price action, and we are about to break above the supply zone, and then only the next supply zone will be our next target here of at least 11 cents and 78, but I'm targeting around 12 cents 0.5 on that move to the upside. So as long as we are holding here price within that supply zone, I'm like I said, ready to add to my position regardless of what the price is doing, because I know that Coty will have an explosive move here over the next coming days potentially, because the lower time frames will spill over into the higher time frames. Remember this, guys. And here on the 4-hourly chart, we are potentially getting a breakout over the next 4 hours. Then again, my near trade gets potentially stopped out. I'm absolutely fine with that for the simple reason that I'm banking here $3,000 in profit. My initial target would be, I think, so $8 is the target. At current price, it would be like $7,500, $8,000 worth of profit if I would hold the position. But I rather add to a new position and take the profit and target then $5. I don't know, $5.80. Let's go here to the near chart. So yeah, $5.75 most likely will be then from where I'm gonna reopen in a bigger position on near and trade this then into $7, $8 approximately here. So if you are with me together in that near position, again, raise your stop losses just in case that Bitcoin gets a bigger retracement today. You want to protect the profits that you made. You want at least to set your stop loss to like $5.90 just in case that we come down, because here we are heavily overbought on the stochastic RSI. The RSI also going down, and only the MACD is still bullish. But also here you see the candle, how we got rejected from $6.50 to the downside. So that is already like a 5% move to the downside just over the last couple of hours. So which is showing you that there's big resistance and that we need to find a new support level to gain momentum to break through this. Then FDM holding strong here above the rising wedge. So I'm quite certain that we are not seeing FDM breaking massively to the downside as soon as we break above 52.2 cents. Remember, that is one of the take profits areas if you are in that trade from all the way down here from the golden ratio. So you want to take here some profit, and then you can write the rest into 60 cents. Remember, you have more or less a risk-free trade if you raise a stop loss and actually profit left on the table if you raise it only to the 0.65 level on the Fibonacci retracements. And there, you never go broke to take some profit, you know, so and raise your stop loss into a profit level. just if the trade turns against you. If you are not in an FDM trade, you want a long FDM, that current levels might be a good moment to do that, but you just need to have a tight stop loss. So I tried it earlier and got burned a little bit. I lost a little bit of money, not a lot, by doing that. But yeah, your stop loss should be like at 50 cents, 6, something like this. There is a support level. Just to protect yourself if the trade goes against you, and then you can still trade this into the 60-cent level, which will give you like I think almost a 20% move to the upside. Let's see if you move this up here. Yeah, 16% return on that specific trade. So now I want to have a quick look in the chat, guys, before I'm leaving. So let's see here. I don't know what this is. Red horns, no, red horns cannot be anymore. It's now only blue in the background. So let's see some other questions. Okay, that's all the questions, guys. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you make some money with the calls that I've given you over the last couple of days. Next time I will have actually, if I have to make a live stream, actually on Saturday I have to make another live stream. I will have that chart window a little bit better here, not with here all my nonsense down here, you know. So yeah, thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Don't forget, smash up the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and I hope to see you with more profits tomorrow.